Let's talk about maximizing your return on your short-term savings. Well, first of all, what are we even talking about with short-term savings? This is money that I'm thinking about as your rainy day fund or emergency fund, money you might be setting aside to purchase a house in the future, to help pay for cars, to help pay for kids' education. This is not a long-term investment. This is money you may need access to. Now, my name is Scott Caulfield. I'm a CPA and a CFA charter holder, and I'm the founder of Sophos Wealth Management. So with this short-term money you may need access to, for a long time we were earning nothing in terms of interest rates. There just wasn't much to do. Now that the Fed's been raising rates the last few years, there's a lot more options to consider. A lot of people just from inertia will leave that money sitting around and they're not really optimizing it, which can be a big mistake today. You can be leaving a lot of interest on the table. So if you've got it sitting in a checking or savings account only earning 2-3%, you are leaving a lot of money behind. Now, first of all, maybe what a lot of people are familiar with are things like high yield savings accounts. This is okay, but you're only going to be earning, even in a good case, somewhere between 4.4%. I've heard as high as 5%, but you'd really have to shop around for that. It's not awful if you might need the money tomorrow, but it's really not my favorite way to go. T-bills is probably my favorite way to go. If you go out to treasurydirect.gov, you can buy an on-the-run Treasury bill. So that is a U.S. Treasury security with a maturity of 1 year or less. And you're going to get the best interest rate out there. You're going to pay no fees. And you can turn around and sell that bond at any time. It's a little bit of a hassle because you'd have to take it out of treasurydirect.gov and sell it through a brokerage account. But you're not locking your money up. And, at today's interest rates, you could buy a 6-month T-bill yielding 5.5%. So if you've got that emergency fund, you might need it to buy a new roof, something like that. This is a great way to go, probably my favorite option. Now, another common one people do, I don't like as much, but it's not terrible, would be like CDs. You're actually going to earn a little bit higher rate on a CD versus a T-bill today. Now, that does change sometimes, but if you get the highest yielding CD, you could buy, let's say, a 1-year CD today, and it yields 5.65%. Why do I not like it quite as much as T-bills? Well, for one, you're locking your money up. Typically, to get your money back out, you're going to have to give up some interest, which would have made the T-bill a better deal. Another thing too, if you're very wealthy and you have a lot of money, you'd have to worry about FDIC limits, not really a concern with Treasury bills. So that is my preference, but CDs is something to consider. The final option too, just want to mention, if you do have these sort of short-term money, this short-term savings, make sure you're optimizing your overall financial life. If you've got a credit card bill and you're paying 20-30% interest, it's kind of a no-brainer to pay that off. There's no point in earning 5-6% interest when you could get rid of debt that's paying 20-30. So make sure you don't have anything like that out there. Anyways, please feel free to check out my website and like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot for tuning in.